If you love Sam Claflin rom-com films, have you heard of this one? Because I hadn't, and I watched it this week and it wasn't what I expected. Welcome back to Popcorn Curriculum, where we discuss the films I watched that week and what we can learn from them as a creative, writer, or filmmaker. Let me start off by saying I love Sam Claflin. I love Rosie. It's one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. I love Daisy Jones and the Six. I love Me Before You. But this one, I gave it this rating. Let me just take my notes. I love rom-coms myself. I watch a lot of rom-coms in my own time, and a rom-com is always like a hit or miss for me. They are supposed to be comforting, they are supposed to be a little cringe, but I did not like this cringe at all. I think with this film they were trying to reach the BookTok audience, and as I'm on BookTok myself, as I love reading spicy rom-coms, I still did not like it. I thought it was very cringe. I think it was maybe more for like a millennial audience. I think if you want to speak to a specific audience, it's better to choose maybe one or two and not do all of it within the same film, which is something maybe I can learn from, because sometimes I tend to want to put a lot of things into one project, and I think sometimes it just works better if you go for one thing and focus on that theme and deepen it. What I did like about the film, I love that this is a Spanish-English film. I did see it was a co-production between Mexico, the United States, and Great Britain, so I did think that was interesting. Maybe that's why they had to incorporate certain things that I wouldn't have. But something that stood out to me was that I think Lay's was a sponsor for this. They ate chips quite a lot, and you see Lay's being in the frame very prominent in one of the scenes, which is something as a viewer I don't usually love, but I think as a filmmaker is so interesting to do, because if you don't have a big budget, it's really interesting to go after these big brands and ask them to invest in your film, which is something I think I will have to do if I want to make things with like a smaller budget. I think what I learned from it is you don't need a lot of locations. They mostly shot the film in the car and just maybe a few other locations, which is why I think they didn't have a big budget. I just felt that in the dialogue, in the writing, filmmaking. So if you don't have a big budget, just try to keep it simple and intimate. I think that would work much better than what they tried to do here. So after watching 4 films this week, I did not love all of them, but I do think I learned a lot from them. So far I'm really loving this challenge. But if you have any recommendations of films I need to watch within this challenge, please drop them below, and I cannot wait for another week of films. See you next week!